roller. Find yourself on top of a hill.
Greetings, I'm Barrett, and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. We are going to be doing a quick unboxing of Fantasy Flight's new big game called Lord of the Rings Journey in Middle-earth. It's a 1 to 5 player board game adventure, and this is a very strong app-based game. So I'm pretty excited about that. I really kind of like the games that incorporate apps into them. I enjoy the way that those work. There's already some wonderful unboxing videos and great playthroughs out there that you should check out. For example, Adam Smith over on Rolling Solo has done a unboxing, and he also did a great playthrough. Doug Herring is just starting up a playthrough. You should go check that out. And also, Board Game with Niramas has also done a playthrough as well. I'm going to link all 3 of those in my descriptions below, so please go check those out. Now, before we get started with this, I want to mention that I'm going to be doing a playthrough of this as well. But it's going to take a little bit of time because there are miniatures in here, and I want to get those miniatures painted up so they look really good when we do our playthrough. But let's go ahead and open the box and see what's inside. So we got the shrink wrap off. Let's go ahead and see what's inside this big box. It is a pretty big box. We start with a stop notice. Oh, the stop notice is going to talk about how you need the app in order to play this game. And it does come on multiple platforms down here. It comes in Steam, Amazon, Google Play, and the Apple iStore. So you can find it in any of those places, and it is a free download. Oh, it also has its super handy dandy, look at all the other games we got, buying guides. You can pick up anything from your Fantasy Flight game store. Now, I did not get this at the Fantasy Flight game store. I bought this at my local gaming store called the Gaming Goat. And that's over there in Woodbury, Minnesota. It's a really great place. If you're in Minnesota and you're looking for games, that's a great place to go. I don't get any advertising things from that or anything. I just want to promote them because they're a really great group of people over there. It also has a great learn to play starting guide here. This is very common in the way Fantasy Flight does its games. And then it's got its rule reference where you can actually just reference a straight rule. And if you know what hero armor is, there it is, ready to go. But the learn to play is probably what you're going to need to read first in order to know exactly how to play this game. So I'm going to read through both of these and get that ready. It comes with a lot of punch boards. So I'm going to go ahead and open these up and take a look at these. So on these punch boards, we're going to find terrain, which is going to be right here. Not terrain, sorry, this is the terrain right here. So stuff is like trees and things like that. But these are going to be our map tiles. As we play through the game, our app is going to tell us to put out certain tiles, and it's also going to tell us to populate the tiles with certain markers or figures or things. And so we're going to be able to punch all these out, and we're going to make up an entire world as we're going through Middle-earth. So those are kind of neat. We got these neat tiles in all different shapes and sizes. We also have, what is this, a pit or mist type terrain. So there's all different types of terrain as well that we're going to be able to get a hold of. Also, we have our exploration tokens. We also have, oh, I think these are, these are going to be our exploration tokens. And they all punch out very nicely, and they're all set to go. The quality for Fantasy Flight games are really well done. They also have some of these depletion tokens is what they call them. So we're going to see those in action when we go to play. Now that's the first one. There's a whole bunch more here as well. And these we've got what, stone walls and rivers here. They look like these. We've got more tiles. We've got, what are these? These are going to be our tokens with eyeballs on them. I'm not sure what these are. We'll have to figure it out as we play. More tiles as well. Barrels up here at the top, because I do know that as we play, I think it's going to be in here as well. A lot of these punch boards are not only tiles to show different areas and where we can go, but here it is. There's also have tiles that are going to actually be just one, I believe it's one battle. I haven't seen too many of the playthroughs yet because I don't want things to be spoiled, but from what I understand, these tiles are going to have just straight up battles on them, I believe. And you're going to populate those with some of the larger terrain tokens, such as fire pits. As I bump my camera, I'm so sorry. Such as these fire pits and things like that. Now it comes with a whole big giant bag of miniatures. This is going to be awesome. Now I've got to get all these painted so we can get these to the table as fast as we can. Look at all these wonderful things. We've got these orcs, which are really cool looking. And I think we got wogs down here, yes, as well. There's some wogs, awesome. And I believe these are going to be our heroes, the ones that are in the tan color. And again, I want to paint some of these up so we can get them to the table and make it look really cool as we play through this game. We've got all different kinds. Now, I've looked a little bit into this. I believe that's Bilbo. Yep, he's right there. And all different other kinds of people. Here's Gimli. He's right here. And now there's a lot of empty space in this box, which is kind of good because as they expand the game, you're going to be able to add more to this box. Here are our character cards. And we have all different types of characters, some that we recognize and some that are just from the lore itself, like some from the movies and some from books itself. We have Gimli. Who else we got? We got Legolas. So some of the ones we know and some of the ones we don't really know, which is kind of cool because you can learn them as you go through the game. And you can maybe learn a little bit about their story. Now look at all these cards. This is ridiculous. 2 huge giant bags of cards. So let's go through these. Now the first set of cards we're going to look at is we've got these item cards. So these are going to be some things like daggers, more daggers. Let's see what else we got. Sword, staff, great bow. Wow, that looks really good. Now, from what I gather, a lot of these have to... Now, there's no dice in this game, so it has to do with successes. So these add extra successes, I believe, based on what you gain from your decks. I'll kind of show you a little bit, but again, like I said, I haven't watched too many playthroughs. I just am looking at this unboxings, and so I'm not exactly sure 100% how this game all works. I do know it doesn't have dice, but those are our item cards. We do have these boon cards next. Hidden, emboldened. So these are different things that could happen to you while you're playing. You could maybe gain these statuses. We then have these fear cards. These are next with this blue background. Now fear cards, there's 2 different types of damages. There's fear damage and there's actually real damage that you can take. So these fear cards, I believe, are not only going to hurt you, they'll hurt you more mentally and probably hurt your deck, it looks like. But we'll see how this goes when we play the game. But we do have fear damage that we can take. And we also have physical damage that we can take, which are these cards here. These are our physical damage cards, and they're going to do damage to us as well. And when you take one, you're going to see what's on the card, and you're going to follow what it says, most likely. Again, haven't played the game, so I don't know exactly how it all works. Now, in this deck, a lot of these cards look like this. This is a deck that's going to be the one that you're going to be using to gain your powers and also see if you're able to succeed in your actions. Now, it does have some weaknesses, which are basically going to kind of muck up your deck, and you're not going to be able to do very good with a lot of these in there. And they also have what are called title cards as well. And these might also add things to your deck. Again, I'm not going to look too much into them because I don't want to spoil too much for myself. But we do have titles and we do have weaknesses. Now we also have some terrain cards that I believe are going to be used when you go into those bigger maps. Yeah, so you got pit and wall, and they'll tell you a little bit of explaining what these do. So for example, you got a fire pit. If you attack while in a space with a fire pit, you may discard a card with that symbol on it from the test to add pierce or smite. Oh, it's kind of like giving yourself kind of firepower as you're attacking. We also have some cards that are going to have to do with armor. We got a whole bunch of armor cards here. We get ringmail, greenwood garb, cloaks. Before you suffer any wounds, you may spend 1 inspiration to prevent one of that wound on that type. Interesting. The inspiration is that leaf symbol we just saw a little while ago. We also have these item cards as well, and I believe these are more just general item cards. We get like things like torches, forget-me-not, that's I believe the handkerchief. I think it was Bilbo's handkerchief if I remember right. Old pipes, long stem pipes, mark of Arana, old map. So a lot of these things we're going to be finding on our adventure, I believe. And these cards down here, these are more of the weapons. So they have 3 different types of armor, or items. Normal items, armor, and weapons. Now, of course, the meat of this deck is this whole big thing full of action cards. Everybody starts with these basic cards. So these are all going to be very similar. You're going to see many of the same cards as you flip through here because these are the basic cards that every person's going to get. And then after you get your basic cards, you're then going to choose a class. And then in that class, you're going to be able to level up into different types of, and gain different new abilities, which are all found in here. So for example, this first one says Aragorn. So this is a card that Aragorn would get. But if we keep going here, oh, that's more peoples. So we have ones for peoples and we have ones, for example, hunter. So you could choose to have any kind of class with any of the characters. You don't have to have a certain class to get the certain types of cards. If you're Aragorn, you don't have to be one thing. You can be multiple things. You can be, or not multiple, you could be a different thing. He could be a burglar for if you want to play it that way, and he'll get a different set of cards. For example, here you have Musician 7. So I'm guessing like a level 7 musician will be able to get a card like that. So these are all different cards, and up here it shows if you gain a success when you're doing a certain action, or if you need to spend an inspiration token to gain a success. And then on inside here, you're going to have what the card can do if you actually use it for what it's worth and not for just a success or a not success. So that is the box. I know there's a lot of figures in here. I didn't show you many of them, but that's because there's still these gray figures. I keep bumping my camera, I'm sorry. I want to get it so I can get these all painted up. So it's going to take me some time because look at all these figures I have to paint. Normally I don't have to paint this many, but I want to get them painted, want to get it on the table. So first I want to show you that I actually have it and I'm excited to get to it. I'm excited to play this game. I've got all these different people to play. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. And not only that, it's an app-based game, so the app's going to be able to tell you a lot of what's going on. And that is going to be Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth by Fantasy Flight Games. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, hit the thumbs up symbol. Don't forget to hit the bell symbol so when this game comes out on my channel, you'll know when that video comes. And please leave anything in the comments below. Hey, do you have this game? Are you excited for this game? Or was this game not something that lived up to your expectations? I'd love to hear from everyone. Again, thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested in what's coming next, then I need you to meet me at the table.